Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Hi, I'm Morris, and I'm an addict.
Hi, Mara.
I'm addicted to FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO is, it stands for fear of missing out. And I've got it bad. For example, my friends texted me late one night after I'd gone to bed, like, brush teeth, contacts out, PJ's bed. And all it says was, we're downtown at the barcade, you should be here. It's right over there, actually. Now any normal person would roll over and go back to bed. I didn't hesitate. Booze and video games? Hell yes. So I got up, found my pants, and was out the door. My FOMO knows no bounds. It's the reason I moved to Los Angeles. It's the reason I'm telling this story right now, while you like it. It's also the reason I visited Greece and Italy this summer. A close college friend of mine was getting married in southern Italy, and there was no way I was missing this. As for Greece, that wasn't even in the cards until my friend Mackenzie, who found out that I would be traveling in Europe at the same time as her, suggested we meet up in Greece. There was no way I was missing this either. Being a freelancer means sometimes having no idea when I'll be getting my next paycheck. I'm constantly living in a state of uncertainty, and the unknown is scary. But I'm too fascinated by the unknown, because the known is safe, the known is comforting. But who wants to be comfortable? So I booked my flight. The plan was to meet up with Mackenzie and our mutual friend Sam in Santorini, one of the more popular Greek islands. Mackenzie and Sam had been backpacking for a week in Turkey and would take a ferry to the island. I would also be traveling by water from Athens. Mackenzie was able to find a deal in a pretty nice hotel in Fida, one of the small towns on the island, and that was to be our rendezvous. No calls, no texting. Let's just meet here around this time at this hotel. The day we were to meet up, my ferry was behind schedule, but I could care less because I was deep into La La Land. That warm summer breeze coming off the sea, it hypnotized me on my nighttime ride through the Mediterranean. When I arrived at the port, it was bustling with tourists trying to get to their destinations. I found out the buses to Fida had stopped running. So I had two options, get a cab or rent a car or scooter. I wasn't going to spend my money on renting a car, so I opted for the cab. I spotted this little old man leaning against a dust-colored sedan that said taxi on the roof. I walked over to him, and he glanced up at me from his 2003 Nokia flip phone that he was texting on, with these sunken eyes. I mean, he looked like Orson Welles had just risen from the grave. I said, Fida, you drive to Fida? And he said, Fida, ne. Now, if I had been reading my trusty Greek language handbook on my ferry ride instead of gazing off into the moonlit Aegean, I'd have known one important detail, that in Greek, ne means yes. I come from a European family. My parents immigrated from Latvia, and they taught me Latvian. In Latvian, ne means no. So I had no reason to think, when zombie Orson Welles said to me, Fida ne, that he meant Fida yes. So he just kept on going, Fida ne, Fida, Fida ne, Fida ne. And I'm like, Fida ne, yeah, ne, ne. I gave up. At this point, I'm feeling a little out of my element. I had no phone, and I was late to my rendezvous. You know what? Fuck it. Tomorrow, I'll be with my friends. We'll want to get around the island. I'm renting a car. So I scoped out the rental shop. I ended up getting a smart car, a convertible smart car, to be specific. Shit, I can get GPS on this? Sign me up. So I put the top down, punched in the address of the hotel into my jazzy TomTom, and 100 euros later, I was off. Fida was about a 30-minute drive, and I had to navigate through these super steep, switchbacking cliffside roads. It was a little unnerving. Scooters were whizzing by me, probably because I was going 7 miles per hour. I get to the next little town, and the GPS tells me to turn right. I start down this road that quickly turns into an unpaved road. This seemed natural to me. There are probably several little roads like this around the island that you have to get through. But it became clear after a few minutes that this was not a main road. I remember passing by some stray dogs who seemed to look at me like, the hell do you think you're doing? The terrain got rougher. Now, I don't know if you've ever driven in a smart car, but it's basically a golf cart. It's not really meant for off-roading. The road narrowed as my little milk carton on wheels started to jostle me around like a mechanical bull. The embankments on both sides were now towering over me. Branches are scratching alongside. Dust is kicking up all around. I'm just blindly driving into the unknown. The road narrows even more. I couldn't turn around even if I wanted to. I was trapped with only one way to go, forward. Panic rushes over my body like a flamethrower. Where the fuck was this road going? And when? When will it end? My worst fears were running through my head. What if the car breaks down? I'm in the middle of nowhere. I see nothing. It's pitch black. I don't have any food. I don't even have water. I felt like the last man on earth. I just kept saying, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. This is so crazy. And then I started to laugh. Like maniacal supervillain. This is crazy. And you're doing it. Look what you're doing. You're driving like a madman on some donkey trail in a country you've been in less than 24 hours. It was pure exhilaration. It was exultation. I felt more alive than ever. This road will end. It has to end. You will make it out of here. So I just pushed onward until after what felt like 3 hours, I came to an intersection. I turned onto the road. I was overwhelmed with relief. The town of Fita started to come into view in the distance. It looked like someone sprinkled glowing feta cheese on the mountains. Feta cheese. I get to the hotel and I walk up to the desk and ring the bell. There was no bell, she was right there. I said, I'm terribly late, but my friends should have checked in by now. She looked confused and said, no, I don't see their names. And in that exact moment, Mackenzie and Sam walked through the door. They looked like they just escaped Jurassic Park. We dropped our bags and screamed, ah! Hugs were given, and we briefed each other on our stories of survival. It turns out they'd been on their own little adventure getting here. The receptionist brought us to our rooms and gave us complimentary champagne. I'd never tasted better champagne in my life. I showered and put on a white hotel robe. It was like wearing a blanket of puppies. I met Mackenzie and Sam out by the pool for another glass of bubbly. I was overjoyed to be reunited with my friends, to be in this beautiful place. We toasted to our trip. Cheers. Cheers to making it here in one piece. Cheers to FOMO.